step is we need to place these bones in the right place. Important thing here is the root of the model. I'll just put the X-ray joints on here. So the root of the brig here, this is the root bone in the middle. This needs to be where the pelvis is. So we scale the model to fit this, rather than trying to scale the brig to begin with. Now we don't really want to change the size of the skeleton at the moment. So wherever possible, we'll just want to scale the model first. Obviously, it's not fitting at the top very well, and it's going wrong at the bottom, but we can change the joints and the sizes to match that. But it's just important we keep the root joint around where the pelvis would be and about level of the hips. Doesn't matter if it's not completely the same. Okay, so from here, we don't want to move the rig either side either. So if your model is slightly off center, you want to bring it to the middle as well. Normally the model will be in the center because from when you've been doing your modeling anyway. So now let's move things in the right place. So this hip bone here, we can just move it more towards the center. It's quite useful if you turn on your wireframe mesh, so you can see where knee is and stuff like that, and the elbows when you get to that part. I always have a few more edge loops around where I've got like bends in the knee and stuff like that. So let's just come to the side view as well. Let's put X-ray on again and get a better look. So now I can see the model just needs to come back a little bit as well. Just want to keep that root in the middle because we can change all this. So we're going to change the knee now. I'll just turn on the wireframe again. So I'm going to keep my knee roughly about here. It's just important you have a slight bend in the knee. So when we calculate the script, when it actually creates all the controllers and stuff like that, then it knows which way the knee's facing. And then we'll bring the foot down, just roughly where the ankle bone would be. It's fine. And the heel, that can stay about there, just with his slipper. These parts aren't too much of a big deal. I'm going to have the bend in the foot there. Let's put the toe end up there. That's looking fine. Next, let's move up and start to just place a few of the spine here. So I'm going to bring up the chest. Now, it's important you just come in the two different views quite often. So this is like the chest, so I'll hit that right in the center of the chest there. Again, it's not a huge problem if it's a bit lower or not. I'm going to move out the shoulder there, so this is going to be like the shoulder blade, whereas this one is the shoulder joint, so like the ball socket joint in the middle. I'm just going to use this to rotate, and then rotate again. Keep that straight, so I'll come in the top view now, just to make sure I've got that bend in the elbow. You see we've already got the elbow there. And I can put that a bit further back if I wanted to. So we've got the bend in the elbow there. Just make sure, yeah. Quite an important one where the wrist is actually going to bend from. Somewhere in the middle here. If you find you're selecting the geometry quite often and it's annoying you, you can just turn off this button here, which stops you from selecting the mesh, so you can just select the joints. Now I just move the joint, so the knuckle one is the first one, so just move it where the knuckle would be. Likewise here. Rotate it in place. I'm just putting them where you get the bend in each finger. May need to rotate a bit. And there you go. Oh, and they've got the thumb. Thumb's a little trickier, so you just want to make sure the first one's there. Just get to see kind of opposable thumb. We'll have to come in a different view just to make sure that's correctly in place. As you can see, it's sticking out the mesh a little bit there. I'm just going to push it in. So it's important to know with this sight type of stuff, it doesn't matter if the joints are sticking out of the mesh. This is all rectified through weight painting later, but we just place it as best we can. You don't have to like bend the finger perfectly, because weight painting kind of fixes all that kind of stuff anyway. So like for example, that's sticking out there. I'm not going to worry about it, I'm just going to leave it. Next thing to do would be to bring up the neck. Let's just put that in the neck there. And then the main head joint can come down roughly about here. This is the jaw. Often don't really use it. And we're just rigging for posing here, so I'm not worrying about animating this too much either. I'll just move that eye joint. So these are the eye joints here. That'll be fine. Okay, so let's just have a look and final check. So the next part will be mirroring it, and we'll be hitting the execute the script. So we'll be moving down to the build option, and from there we'll just be testing the rig and then showing you how to do a bit of weight painting and using the skin cage.